If it ain't about money, don't waste my time, my time. Bitch, if it ain't about pussy, don't waste my time, my time. Cause I got one thing on my mind. Curve that bullshit to the side. And please don't blow my high, my high. No, no, please don't blow my high, my high. No, no, please don't blow my high, my high. Yeah. I got one thing on my mind. Curve that bullshit to the side. And please don't blow my high, my high.
All right, let's get started. This first question, it's a good question. Change is inevitable. What are some of the techniques you use to handle life changes? Well, I wouldn't say it's a technique. I say it's more so just almost like a mindset or mode that I got myself into. As I got older, I realized like you can't change the past, and you gotta be able to adapt when life changes, when things change. You know, situations change. People that were there might not be there anymore. People that like you might have relied on them for things. Just all types of things. You might your job. You might embark on a journey, like you get into a relationship with somebody, have a kid. These kind of things. As life goes, you gotta go. So it's like even if it's a negative change, you know, you just gotta look in the mirror and say, okay, this is what it is. How can I make the best out of this situation? What can I do? How, like, you know what I mean? Don't get caught up on it. Just be ready to get going. You know what I mean? Once you realize where it is, where you at, you start seeing changes. Maybe if you see one change, you start thinking ahead a little bit, you know, kind of prepare yourself for the possibilities. But yeah, it's really just a mindset of, you know what, this is my new normal, or this is my new thing. And I gotta figure out how to get through it, but really just do what you gotta do. And just try look around, think hard, and think about how I can make the best of this particular situation that I'm in. No techniques. It's no blueprint for that. You just do it. You just do it and be real and just you know, don't give up. Don't just adjust to the change and get used to your new normal. You know, accept it. Just accept it. This next question. This question says, "Do all men cheat?" And you know, I can only speak for myself. I mean, actually, I don't have to speak for myself. I can speak for a lot of people. Do men cheat? Yes, men cheat. Do all men cheat? No, absolutely not. That's all men cheat? No, no. I think, you know what I mean. But people cheat. Men cheat. Do they all cheat? Nope. You know what I mean? And that, you know, that's what I'm gonna stick to. Do all men cheat? Answer is no. No. The answer is no. Do all men cheat? The answer is no. Come on now. I mean, what you mean? Do all men cheat? Like, of course not. Vacation Poppy though. You see me out here? Uncle on vacay. Let's go. Do all men cheat? No. You know what I mean? I can speak for myself and say, and that kind of goes into this question, that last question. Do all men cheat? That was the last. It's like a two-parter. Who cheats more, men or women? Like, to be honest with you, you know, man, I can't speak for everybody once again, but I think it's more even than you think. Um, I think that if you always think about it, it always takes two to tango. And I mean, listen, me as personally as a man that loves the show Cheaters, I think it's the same amount of men as women on that show. I'm just saying. I think that I think that people I think that the sexes might cheat differently. You know what I'm saying? Where it's kind of known that men will cheat with their little heads and women will cheat with their big heads and oftentimes their heart. I think women get more emotionally attached when they cheat. Not all the time. I'm not saying on every time, but I think women, for most women to cheat, they have to like the guy or like the person or feel something. You know what I mean? Men, on the other hand, if they have that mentality, oftentimes it just they give you a little attention and boom, you ready. Niggas is ready. I'm not saying I'm not saying that men are just out here, oh yeah, they ready to cheat. But if you're a cheater, yeah, it don't take much. Women be falling, which I don't know. You could say that's worse or not. Like men will be like, oh, she didn't mean nothing, and then that's probably true. That's probably true. It's just a little, you know what I mean. Depending on the situation, might have been, oh, you know, whenever somebody's not getting enough attention or feeling like they're not being seen or whatever, they get in that, all it take is a little something out from the outside or a little different. Oh, y'all might be fighting at home. This is for both sides. Y'all might be fighting at home, and then you know, somebody else is giving you that need or the things that you're when really you should be at home talking that shit through and under trying to find out why we acting like this. But then what happens is you get caught up and then you end up talking and then somebody's showing you something that you feel like you're missing at home, and you get you make choices. You make choices at that time. Because to me, everybody knows everybody should know in their relationship what's allowed and what's not allowed. Everybody should know in their relationship, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is going to hurt my partner, this is too much, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So when I think about that, that's what I think about. So talk it out, get into an understanding with your partner. But at the end of the day, when it comes down to cheating, I think it's 50-50. I think it's 50-50, man. It's crazy because I feel like, like I said, men and women cheat. I think they cheat differently sometimes. I think women are, I mean, as I said, they get attached. But also I feel like women can be a little sneakier, I think. I think women have a history of being a little sneakier about how they cheat. I think, what the hell is that? Niggas down there building something. But yeah, I think that women can be a little sneakier. I think I mean, don't get me wrong. I know there's some clever ass niggas out there. Yo, there's some clever dogs, but I've been in situations where I seen some things. Women don't, they will cheat and won't break routine. You know what I'm saying? They'll cheat within the constraints of where they gotta, what they gotta do. And I mean, I feel like if anybody breaks routine, sometimes that's probably the first sign. Like, motherfuckers start going to work all the night. Like, you ain't never heard you talk to the nigga for years and he can't wait to get off of work. Can't wait. You've been with him for a long time. This motherfucker be crying at work. Oh, I can't wait. All of a sudden he doing overtime. All of a sudden nigga staying late. I got a double shift. Oh man, well, so and so called out. I took the shift. All of a sudden nigga working late, but the money ain't coming. See, that's what I'm talking about. I knew a chick. If she cut work, she made the motherfucker pay for it. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, if she missing work, she not staying later, she'll miss work, but still get the money that come with it. You know what I'm saying? That kind of shit. This is a small example. The shit's wild. You gotta be smart. Or don't cheat. Don't cheat. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, women just do it a little different. They a little sneakier on average. We not saying because some of y'all is dumb. I didn't seen that side too. But I feel like women are notoriously sneakier. You know what I'm saying? Men kind of just be like I said, we don't be cheating with our heads. We be cheating, you know what I mean, with the little head. They be thinking the little head be running the show most of the time. So it's not really like you ain't really we play checkers when it comes to cheating sometimes. We playing checkers. Women usually play chess. Now don't give me like I said, there's some clever ass niggas out there though. I don't like shit. We done shared some stories. I know some clever ass niggas. Not saying I was being clever. I'm just saying I was like, oh, I could see the vision. I could see the vision. I wasn't taking notes. Don't cheat. All right, next question. Do men feel it's necessary for a woman to constantly keep her hair done, nails done, feet done, etc., 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 and so on and so forth? Necessary? I wouldn't say it's necessary. I think that for you to demand someone to be done up 24 hours a day or 7 days a week, it's almost like it's gonna be some off days. You're gonna have some I ain't got my hair on scarf days. You know what I'm saying? So or you know what I mean, my lashes fell off in the middle of the night. If you're one of those women that take a lot of upkeep. But I will say, because I mean, no, everybody gonna look their best 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? There's gonna be a couple days in there or a day in there when you just ain't had it. Yeah, whatever style you got ain't style no more. Whatever, you know what I mean. You got it. If you natural, you know what I mean. You might need a retwist if you got the dreads or something. You got to do, you're gonna have them days when you're gonna have them days. So to necessary, I mean, speaking for myself, it's not necessary. I don't think it's necessary. But I do feel like if that's your normal, if that's the aesthetic you had when you recording, you kind of got to I would think you got to keep it up. I don't think it's necessary because I feel like if a nigga say it's necessary for you to be all done up, hair, feet, nails, etc., so on and so forth, then I would expect that man to pay for it. But in the case of that's just your regular maintenance, he's not obligated to do so. He can if he wants, but he's not obligated to pay to keep you up when you was doing that shit on your own before. But at the same time, like I feel like you keep them how you get them. If you came, you always had your hair done. You always had, because I mean, when you dating, you don't let the motherfucker see you on an off day, right? And then there's a time where you kind of let your hair down figuratively and maybe sometimes literally speaking. But I think that if your looks was part of and how you keep yourself was part of your courtship, I think you should kind of make sure you guys make sure you find time for that. Now if y'all have been together for years, y'all got kids and blah, 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 it could be like a special occasion situation. But I feel like more so you should take pride in your appearance as a woman anyway. And then, do what you gotta do. Same with men, man. If you came in, you was all fly, you was wearing all the good gear, blah, blah, or you was coming in and you was showing her this and doing this for her and doing all that for her, keep it the fuck up, man. You get them, you keep them how you got them. If you know what I'm saying? So if you was doing the most, or doing a lot, and then, keep that shit up. And shorty, if you was doing the most, so you always had yourself done up, natural, whether you wear natural, whether you wear makeup, whether you wear lashes, whether you wear, whatever it was. Even if you got your teeth done, don't be like, oh, I got a man, let me just let the fucking jawline go. Let the teeth out. Don't be like I got a man and just fucking take the hair off and just come through with the scarf or the Queen Latifah braids. That's not what we doing here. Is it necessary? No, but come on, damn it, have some pride in yourself. Let's get to the next question. This next question: what do you think about having kids after 40? I think it's, as a for a man, like for me personally. Oh shit, I'm gonna hit the mic. For me personally, I mean, I'm 40. I don't have kids, and I've been, I've been thinking about it. You know what I'm saying? Uh, and for a woman, I understand, like, y'all bodies be ready to, what I mean, y'all got a time limit on y'all bodies, and so and the complications could be higher the older you are. So I do think about, I mean, at the end of the day, right? You would think that being older, you're in a better mental position to handle most people. Because some people it don't matter how old they get, their maturity levels is, what I'm saying? They not ready for a ham sandwich or whatever. You know what I'm saying? They not ready for nothing. But most people, they gain wisdom, they should gain a little stability, and just really just more clarity and knowing what they want from life. So if you decide to do so, and it's healthy for you, I think it sounds cool, it sounds okay, or whatever that sound is. Man, what the hell is that, a helicopter? Might have to take this shit inside. I don't know what the hell that was, but you can still hear it from inside. But we inside now. Hold on. Let me fix myself. All right, where was I? Yeah, I think it's cool if you're healthy for it, and that's what you want to do, and then you're in the right mindset. Having kids over 40 is fine. You just know that there's going to be some differences in how you raise your kid. You're older. You're presumably not gonna be able to run his around as much and do certain things. You gotta think you're gonna be in an advanced age, obviously, because that's how life works. You just get older every day. So as your kid grows, you're gonna get older, but your body's gonna it's pretty much the same. Your body's gonna start really changing, you know. So you just got to keep in mind that. But I feel like most times when you're a little older, you might be able to provide a better life, or just have a better grip on what it's like, what life is like, what your life was like, and kind of have a better grip on what you want to do and where you're at mentally, and you might have more emotional stability at the time, because a lot of times people have kids young, and which is not, it's just how things are. It's not a bad thing. People have kids young, and they're still learning themselves. They're still trying to navigate life for themselves, and so you're trying to figure that out while also trying to guide another person through this world, and care for them, and provide for them in a way that they need to be provided for. Sometimes, people aren't mentally ready. Sometimes people aren't emotionally stable. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes people don't even know if that's what they want. So, it's a double-edged sword. You can, you have the youth, you have the presumed years to, get it together and, figure it out. And you can watch your kids grow, and then you grow on with them, and but when you're in your 40s, you don't have, presumably, you don't have as much time as somebody that has a kid in their 20s. But at the same time, like, just like it could be a struggle for some in their 20s, it's also, fulfilling. It can be fulfilling for them. So they often say they're fulfilled when they take it. And then people that are now 40, in their 40s, that have had kids when they were young, they talk about how proud they think about what they've done, and how they're watching their kids to grow, and things. It might be some positives there. You know what I mean? Some of y'all looking at your kid like, damn, where did I go wrong? But it's either way. It's like flipping a coin, man. You never know what you're going to get in, or life is like a box of chocolates. But it's one of those things where if that's what you want to do it. If you're healthy for it, go ahead. Have kid over 40. I might do it. And I'll be here with my knees cracking, trying to throw the football and shit. And I'll be at the graduation like 70 years old, you know what I mean, needing help and down up and down the stairs. Or I might, you know what I mean, I've been working out and shit, so maybe I'll be able to at least do a 2-step, you know, walk up to the bleachers and sit down on my own. I might have a cane, who knows? I've had a cane before. It's not that bad. I mean, I don't know what once you get the 4-prong on, it don't look as cool. But hey, if that's what I need, I'll do it. I'm gonna be at the graduation though. I'll be right there. Just whoo. I mean, no, we gotta wait to the end of clap. I'm not gonna be one of those people. We gotta wait to the end of clap. I know that. I know that already. All right, let's go. Next question. All right, getting to this question. Do you miss anyone you've dated in the past, even if it was just a fling? Currently, I keep the past in the past, man. I mean, you know, I'm not 100% sure what kind of advice this can garner, but I'll just keep the past in the past. I don't really, you know, if you're not here, if you're somewhere to be missed and you're not, and it's not because you're off of this earth, then, you know what I mean, I'm not thinking about you. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is. Unc lives in the now. I'm just going to leave it at that. There's no looking back. Do you think do you think come on? Do you miss? Miss is a strong word. Miss is a strong word. So at the end of the day, Unc just, you know, keeps the past in the past. He doesn't really think about if you in the now, you shouldn't be missing nobody. If you know what I mean? But yeah, Unc not worried about that. Do you, even if it's a fling, chicken wing, it don't matter. Unc is where his feet are. You know what I mean? I'm on vacation, matter of fact. Let's go. I'm about to go jump in the ocean. I don't even like the beach. Exactly.
Daddy.